Have you ever thought about being a streamer, a YouTuber, and the question has crossed your mind, what should my name be? Pretty much the first question you'd ask yourself, right? And you'll probably stress over it a lot. People tend to really stress over the name. You know, it's like, oh, it's my name, it's gonna be my brand. What's my name gonna be? Like, how can I really stand out? It's gotta be good, it's gotta be clever, it's gotta be unique. In my personal opinion, I think usernames are one of the most overhyped and overvalued part of content creation. I honestly believe that the username does not matter whatsoever. Even if it's good or bad, I don't think it matters. As long as it's not something obviously utterly ridiculous. But I mean, even then, no matter what your name is, what matters more is your actual, content and videos. And so what we're gonna do today is I've compiled a list of 21 streamers, and we are going to rank their name on if it is a good name, an average name, just normal, or a bad name. We're going to start off with Northern Lion. Now, Northern Lion has an interesting name in that it means nothing really. Also, I just want to make sure this is not personal at all. I like all of these streamers. This is not a personal attack. This is purely based on their name. It's if you see their name like anywhere. I think if you see the name Northern Lion, I think this is one of the most average names out there. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. I think it's an average name. The only thing I don't like is that the L is not capitalized in Northern Lion. Why? I don't know. It kind of pisses me off. Now, it's whatever. It's whatever. I think it's a pretty good name, though. I think it's an average name. I wouldn't say it's a good name. I think it's just right there in the middle. It's probably one of the most basic names you can have. Okay, next is Ninja. Okay, Ninja is probably one of the best names you can probably get. Just because it's so generic. Right, there's everybody chooses the name Ninja in every game. It's so simple, it's good. I think that deserves to be a pretty top tier name. Let's go to LOL Tyler 1. Now, I'm gonna be honest. If you just saw this name out in the world playing games, I think this is a pretty bad name. One, it's all lowercase, which is fine. Obviously, you don't need uppercase in your name, but then it just has the number 1 there. I don't know. It just screams like silly to me. I think it could be up here, or some people I think would even rate it good, but I don't know if it'd be that high. Not for me personally. Let's make our way down to Myth. Myth is honestly probably one of the best names you can think of. If you're thinking of names and you get the name Myth for a username, it might be the best one on the list. I have one in particular that I think is probably the best, but Myth is definitely one of the best names you could probably have. It used to be something else, I think. I think his name used to be, when he first started streaming, I think it was like I'm the Myth, and it was like with 2 underscores. If that was his name, it might be bad just because of the underscores. And let's go to Pokimane. Honestly, if I just saw this name, I would assume they just would have spelled the name Pokemon wrong. And so I think I would put it average. I think it's an average name. I get that it's supposed to be her name, and I think that is clever, but I'm trying to perceive it as if I don't know these people and that I just see these names. And if I saw this, I'd be like, wow, they spelled Pokemon wrong. And so I would put Pokimane as an average name. It's definitely probably close to good. We're already burning through this list. Let's go to Maya. The ones that are so simple and short like this are usually pretty good names because it's hard to get these names. Like the name, the thing is, it is a first name. That's the only thing that makes me want to put it average. And I think I might put it average. It's like right there in the middle. If there was a little in between, I would put it in between. Like if this was somebody's username, I don't know. Actually, I might put this low good. The only thing that makes me stop is that it is just like a someone's first name, right? It's just it's like a generic first name. There's like a million Mayas in the world. It is impressive though that is her username. Shroud's a pretty good name. Shroud's pretty good name, and it's even better that it's all lowercase. I came at Tyler 1's name for being all lowercase earlier. That's just because I think it's hard to read, like when it's all lowercase like this, but Shroud being all lowercase makes it 10 times better. If this S was capitalized, This would be a horrible name. Stans. Stans is a pretty cool name, I think. What's even cooler is that I believe it's his last name. Like, it's his actual last name. That's a pretty cool last name. And the Z is also cool because the Z makes it look like it's not even someone's real name. Like, who the fuck has a Z in their name? It's Timmy. It's Timmy is probably not a good name, especially with the 2 eyes. It's got a Z in there. It definitely gives off huge gamer tag vibes. It's like, Northern Lion is the most, like, baseline name you could think of. You know, it's a direction plus an animal. And that's the thing. Coming up with names is so, it's pretty easy. I mean, you could literally be a color plus an animal. Blue Penguin could be your name. It's Timmy is literally looks like a gamer tag from Xbox. And so I'll put it right here in the middle. I think it's right here in the middle somewhere. Simply. I think Simply is probably the best name. I'm going to put it up here maybe. Simply's probably the best name you could think of. Just because it's so fucking simple. It's so simple and his name is Simply. Like, him and Myth are like right there for best names. I just think Simply is such a good name. I'm going to put it slightly above them. And I'm going to put Ninja slightly below Myth. Mizkif. Now, I don't know what a Mizkif is. Like, I don't know, like, if this is from a game or something. I actually don't know the origin of this name or if it's just something he came up with. It's a pretty good name, though. But how good? I think it's as good a shot. And he doesn't have any weird capitalizations or anything. It looks good. And I think if you see this name, you're like, that's a good name. Atrioc. Hot take. I think Atrioc sounds like a bad Xbox Live gamer tag. I'm gonna be honest. I think it looks like an Xbox Live gamer tag, but not as cool as It's Timmy. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like the same. It is kind of cool. I don't know. It's probably on par with Northern Lion. It's like, it feels like such a gamer tag name. So I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to put it right there next to Northern Lion and It's Timmy. I think all of these are probably equal. Let's go to Moist Critical. I'm going to be honest. Moist Critical is a bad name. It's okay, it's not a bad name. Like, I don't want to, like, once again, like, this is not to disrespect any of these streamers. If you just saw his name, you saw his name in a Twitch chat or even like YouTube comments, I'm gonna be honest, this name is not that good. There's no capitals. And he himself, like Charlie, is the reason why names don't matter. Now, I'm not saying because Moist Critical is a bad name. I mean, obviously everybody's used to it now, and it makes you feel like it's a good name because your brain's used to it. But his YouTube channel name is different. Is not Moist Critical. It's actually Penguin Z0 is what it is. Yeah, it's Penguin Z0. Which, who the fuck knows what that means? But nobody cares. He's got like 10 million, 11 million YouTube subscribers. I have no idea how many. A shit ton. And you don't think like, wow, this channel's name is Penguin Z0. I don't know what that means because it doesn't matter. And so I would say look to him as proof that the name does not matter. It does not matter what your name is. As long as your videos are good, it doesn't matter. Making our way down, we run into Hassan Abi. I'm going to be honest. If his name was just Hassan, that would probably be up here. But since he has the Abi part, I think it's probably a pretty average name. It's not a gamertag name, and I don't think it's like a super unique name. And I think if he just had I don't know why I think like if it was just Hassan, it would just be way better. Maybe the Abi actually kind of adds a little something to it. I think it's maybe right here below Atrioc. Close, but right below. Let's go on to the next one. Clint Stevens. First name, last name, Clint Stevens is slightly above Northern Lion because it is so simple. It is literally first name, last name. And I think there's sort of a beauty to it of someone putting their first name and last name online. And so, you know what? I'll give it to him. It is average, you know, it's literally first name, last name. But at least I think. That'd be crazy if this wasn't his name the entire time. I think it's average to above average. I think it's interesting. You know, there's something to there. There's something there. The next one is Asmongold. I think Asmongold is right on the cusp right here. The thing is, Asmongold's just a weird name. It's longer than most. Usually shorter names are usually better, I think. as what I'm seeing by my opinion. It seems like I tend to steer towards the more shorter names as better. But his name is long, and I have no idea what it means. I would say it's, I'd put it good. Nick Mercs. I think this being all capitalized, I don't know if it saves it or makes it worse. What does a lowercase Nick Mercs look like? God, that's bad too. What if it was camel cased? I'm trying to see if it would be better if he didn't capitalize at all, or if making it all capitalized just makes it better. Camel casing's actually not that bad. I think camel casing might be better. Nick Mercs, I think he's right here with the gamertag crew. I think people would probably say it's a great name, but I honestly think it's very gamertaggy-ish. Next, we have Cutie Cinderella. It's like right here. It's like right here with Maya. I'd say it's a pretty unique name. Pretty unique, but also kind of generic in the sense that it has the word Cinderella in it. But I don't know. It's like right here. XQC. Hot take. XQC is a bad name. XQC is actually a very bad name, I think. He is the king of Twitch, and I think he is one of the worst gamer tags. I mean, it was worse when he had the OW after it, for Overwatch. If he still, because I'm pretty sure he got rid of that. If he still had the OW, it would literally be the worst name. The only thing is I don't like is that anybody can do this. I think these letters, they all stand for something, I believe. You can literally come up with any letters. You could be GHY. GHY could be your gamer tag. JTG. I don't know. You could be literally anything. I'm not even kidding though. Any 3-letter combination would work for a name. The only thing is people would say you're copying XQC, but I'm just saying like any 3-letter combination and it would work. Literally PKL. PKL. I'm not even kidding. That could be someone's gamer tag. It probably is. But I'm just saying, like, I think XQC is not a very good name. Next on the list is, I guess we'll go Ludwig. Here's the thing about the name Ludwig. First of all, it's a first name, right? It's his actual first name. So is like Maya and stuff like that. And the thing is, I could put it right here with Maya, you know, tie it there. Here's the thing. There's a million Mayas in the world, right? Like, I went to school with like 7. Who the fuck names their kid Ludwig? That's the only thing. It's unique in the sense that nobody would pick it as their username normally, unless it's your first name. And that's the only reason why I would put it like above the name Maya, is because it's like somewhere like right here. It's a pretty good name. And then finally, Connor Eats Pants. I love this name just because it's so funny. It's just such a weird name, but I think Connor Eats Pants is a great name. First of all, it's got his name, and then it's got some ridiculous shit that he eats pants. I think it's a pretty good name. It's up there. I think Simply is probably the best username you could think of in like all of Twitch. I honestly don't know a better name than Simply. XQC, obviously there's worse names than XQC and Moist Critical, but I'm just saying, like, seeing their names written out, they're not very good usernames. At least I think they're not. Because if you see these names and all of these people aren't actually, and you think they're not streamers, like you don't know who they are, and you see these names, I think you're seeing names like XQC and like you're like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, what is that? You know, like you get Moist Critical and LOL Tyler 1 and you're like, oh, these people are just jamming words together. And then you get up to kind of like the gamer tag area. You got the Nick Mercs, the Hassan Abi Atroc, Northern Lion, you know, first name, last name, Clint Stevens, Pokemon, It's Timmy. Those all feel like very gamer tag-ish-y. And then you go another step up and you get into the good names. Very short, very simple names. Unique ones like Cutie Cinderella and Asmongold, Connor Eats Pants, Stans, Ludwig, Maya, simple ones like Myth and Ninja. And then Simply, I don't know. It could be Myth. Myth and Simply could trade. But I think Simply is just such a great name. Those are my lists of what Twitch streamer names are the best and what are the worst.
Let's go! Let's run outside, what a perfect perfect day, the perfect time to come out and play. I can feel that breeze flowing through my hair as I jump and slide all without a care. I feel so free and I feel alive when I reach that speed and I hit that drive. You couldn't slow me down even if you tried. You know I'm on the move and it feels so good. The air is clean and the ocean's blue.